So when does the newly elected President of the United States of America, one of the most powerful countries in the world, draw the line between mending fences or tearing them down? Hi, I'm David Thompson. It's December 6th, 2024. And I don't get on Twitter very often. Don't like it. I don't like the owner of it. I use it for social media purposes, and not very well. And I was told, and by watching, I think it was Reverend Ed Trevor, I believe, had a video on this, and I had to go and see this for myself. I've heard about it, but I had to actually go see this for myself. It's a tweet from Donald Trump, our selected President of the United States. It was also on Truth Social, and I'm going to read this for you. And to me, this is a joke. It's embarrassing, and I'm embarrassed for people who think this is okay. Let me read it. You'll see it right here on the screen. Happy Thanksgiving to all, including the radical left lunatics who have worked so hard to destroy our country, but who have miserably failed and will always fail because their ideas and policies are so hopelessly bad, and that the great people of our nation just gave a landslide victory to those who want to make America great again. Don't worry. Our country will soon be respected, productive, fair, strong, and you will be, more than ever before, proud to be an American. Now, probably should have stopped this man, and I agree with Reverend Travers. Probably should have stopped with Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, now many of you think this is okay. Many of you claim to be good people, Christian people. And I bring this up, and I don't mean, and my brother told me today, digressing here a bit, man, I've thrown a lot out in the last few videos, and I have. And I hope I've not offended anybody, okay, but I have to speak my heart. People just automatically voted for Donald Trump. Automatically. He's God's man. He's the man. He's going to save it. He has great ideas. All these things based on knowledge that is so limited that I can't even describe it. Their knowledge of what's going on, their knowledge of really Donald Trump was so minute that you can't make an informed decision based on what they pretty much knew or know. Now, here we go with this tweet telling everybody that this was a landslide victory of some kind. People, I have the numbers here, and I think this shrank even more for Donald Trump. Donald Trump won by about 2 million votes, 2.3. Now, a lot of the people that voted last time didn't vote this time. He had less votes than both Obama and Joe Biden. He does not have a mandate, which he's telling everybody he has. He doesn't even have 50% of the vote. That's not even half of this nation. Okay? That's not a mandate. Those of you that think so, again, are not educated enough to understand what a mandate is. Maybe that's offensive to you. I'm sorry. Maybe you should think more. Now, I've said this last night. Most of the people watching my videos are very bright people, have an understanding. I don't have to always explain to the nth detail. But because a lot of people are new, or a lot of people maybe are still on the fence, or a lot of people are still in left field, I want to be clear. Radical left lunatics. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being on the left. See, this has become a bad word. This has been engineered to be a bad word. Engineered. You see, you got to have a right-left. Because when you don't, you have fascism. Now, I keep saying this word, and a lot of people look at me, oh. But yeah, if you look at fascism, it starts out like this. They're the bad guys, the enemy's list, and we don't want them in our camp because they don't belong here. They wanted to destroy our country. Listen, I was once that guy. You see, I can speak from experience. I can. I can speak from a right-wing, far right-wing, ideological Christian. There's no one like us. And yet there is. You know, we don't have categories in heaven. There are no categories of evangelical, Presbyterians, Methodists, Protestants of all kinds of natures. There's no like neighborhoods with just your people living there. Okay? And I think most people who are leaning so far right are missing the point here. What he said here is crazy talk. It's unhinged, which most people who know him, okay, listen to me carefully, most people who know him will tell you this. I don't know him. I'm going by people who have come out of his administrations, conservative people, right-wing people who've worked with him, who have dealt with him, who knew him in past business, all the stuff that came out over the years, plenty of stuff, that pretty much should tell you that there's a problem here, that everybody seemed to want as president. And of course, the reason he wants to keep telling you, see, he'll keep saying it, you'll believe it, and I said this last night, many people will tell you that in Nazi days, that the SS would say the same thing over and over again, and Goebbels would say if you tell a lie enough, people will believe it. All the people on the right and all these other right-wing now, and I'm dropping some of these people like flies on my list on YouTube, all these people have said this for years, but they play directly into this psychology. Because Donald Trump was the best, he's the master at lying, at telling you a lie enough that you believed it. I'm smart, I'm great, I'm unbelievable, nothing better than me. The right is the best, and these left lunatic crazies, they're left lunatics, they're communists, 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 communists. They keep saying it over and over again and you believe it. Left-wing communists. Like Sean Hannity, he can't say communist enough. This guy should be taken off the air. But he won't because he's on the Fascist News Network, on Fox. He can say all this crazy talk all he wants. He wants to go to war all the time. Well, not my kid, Sean. Your kid should go. Maybe you should go fight. You're so tough. As for Donald Trump, same thing. Not a tough guy. Talks tough. Says things that are tough. Can't always believe him. And you shouldn't believe him. Most people who know him don't believe him except God. You. You out there who still support this person who wants to even drive a bigger wedge between the right and the left in this country. Big wedge, divide, growing bigger. It's a landslide victory. No, yeah, don't throw the electoral vote out. That means nothing. When it comes to mandate, it's how many people voted for you. And he barely got 2.3 million, under 50%. And I guarantee if the same people came out that came out 4 years ago, he'd have lost. I digress. He would have lost to Bernie Sanders. I know that for a fact. Most people know that for a fact. But the Democratic Party destroyed their own path to the White House by forcing Bernie Sanders out, telling everybody they promised that nomination to Hillary Clinton. Nobody liked Hillary Clinton. Nobody liked either of those candidates. Thanksgiving Day, he should have came out and put his hands out and hand out to everybody in this country, no matter who voted for him or who didn't. But that didn't happen. And his new Attorney General, he's already given orders to go after everybody in the media, everybody who basically went against him, and he's going to use the U.S. government just like he said they did to him. He's going to go after people all over this country. He wants to change the laws to make news reporting something that you can't do when it comes to the President of the United States. Something that you can't say negative things about the President of the United States. Let me put it that way. He wants to go after that. He wants to change that. Okay? He wants to change free speech. Because you see, if you don't agree with him, everything you say is fake news. He coined the phrase, right? Fake news, fake news, fake news. And what you have to understand, just about everything he said is fake news. I had to get on here today and address this. It's been addressed by a few other people, not many. And of course, all the people that got their lips on his butt, they're not going to address it at all. All those people that I've watched for news and information on the internet, I'm embarrassed for it. I'm ashamed for it. And some of these are good people. It's just that if you're giving me ideology, if you believe some of this stuff that he has said, and you believe that somehow he's this honest guy that's going to fix America, the way he says he's going to fix it by deporting 12 million people at God knows what cost, by going after your enemies, using the federal government, by changing the laws of free speech, by putting tariffs on everything. In fact, today I was just at Panera Coffee. I don't like their coffee. It's really bad. I bring my own coffee in from Sheets. Quick plug. But we were talking about the cost of the coffee club at Panera. It's about $15 here in southwestern Pennsylvania. When Trump's done with his tariffs, what will that coffee cost? Because guess what? We don't grow coffee beans in America. Now, we can do this all day. The truth is that if you think this is the right way to go, you're wrong. If you think somehow that all this is okay, it doesn't matter. And this is my point. We've given him an exception. And so, by default, all these candidates he's bringing in for his nominations for cabinet positions, most of them are not really good at all. Most of them are horrible. But are we going to say that it's okay that they did the things they've done? Are they under the same canopy protection that Donald Trump is? Are Christians going to tell me that, well, because Donald Trump is God's man, all these people are too? Womenizers, drug addicts, drunks, neocons. It's terrifying. And let me warn you all, fascism is coming to America. If not this year, next year, if not now, later, as the country is forced to move right, as all the other groups that oppose fascism, that oppose these right-wing doctrines, are destroyed, jailed, broken up, or just placed in fear and locked into their own homes, then you will only have right-wing people running and winning. That's what you'll have. People want the strong man. They want the guy that's going to protect them at any cost. The security state will reign supreme. And I know there's plenty of people out there talking about it. But the bottom line is, we can all talk all we want. We can all have conversations all we want. But when you are fighting against oligarchs, powerful billionaire people with connections everywhere, they'll run the Senate and the House and Supreme Court, local judges, federal judges, you don't stand a chance. So all of you have to pray. Pray that God does intervene and protect this country from what's coming here. I know I had to reevaluate my stance on a lot of things. And I've talked about that here on maybe the last 3 or 4 videos. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm standing for what I do now, and I'm speaking out against those things I believe are dangerous to our country, to our freedoms, to our individual rights as people, as individuals, whether you're white, black, or brown, no matter who you are, you count. And unfortunately, with this administration, less and less of you will count. Again, all the time I have. Enjoy your weekend. God bless you, and I'll see you next time right here on the Tom Sick Analysis. Oh, by the way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. I appreciate it.
Thank you for watching the Tom Sick Analysis. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video, and keep an eye out for our next video.